Hi, Kitchen Kings and Queens. Okay, so you may notice I'm in a different venue. I am dog sitting and house sitting for my parents. So I am at their house. So this is going to be a long video, just to let you know. Okay, because we are going to look at multiple purchases across multiple days and multiple places. So let's start with the first one. I went to the restaurant store, and if you're not in like the mid-Atlantic region, you may not be familiar with that, but you may be familiar with their website, Web Restaurant Store. They are a great resource. There's one right by my school, and I just wanted to go in there to just see what they have, because another YouTuber showed these, which are the Vollrath portion dishers, and they were on clearance, and I got the 3 different sizes, 20, 30, and 40, and there are, I think, I printed out the information on it. I think there's either 7 or 9 sizes, and these are kind of the smaller sizes, which are great. But these things are great because they give you uniformity in your cooking. And Vollrath is like the best company out there. I love their pans, which I've shown you before. They just make really quality products. So I wanted to get them there. And I also needed to get some gloves. So I got some of their gloves, which are very reasonably priced as well. The other thing they had that I wasn't looking for, but I was kind of excited about, they had these Cambro food containers with sealed covers. And this is, you get 4 covers, and you get 2 sizes. So there's 2 of the, 1 quart and 2 of the half quart. So these are really good. These are like the kitchen version of Tupperware, or commercial kitchen, I should say, or of Tupperware, or like Lock and Lock. So they usually don't have this brand. The one thing that you have to know about this place is they usually carry only their brand, which is either Choice or Vigor. Both of them are really actually good for house brands and for very reasonably priced but very durable materials. So if you're budget conscious, those are really the places to go. You know, I'm the American Kitchen Cub, that's my name, and part of that, the American part, is because I really like to support American manufacturing and American businesses where possible. There are no towels made in the US, unfortunately, certainly not these kind of towels. So unfortunately, there is no market to get those, but they have a very good, these are like dish towels for drying, like a drying towel, and they're really meant for you to like lay things on so that they absorb the dripped water. So that, I got those, and I got some of these thermometers. They hang in your refrigerator and freezer. These are really good to get. They were only like $1.99 maybe. And I like to have these because they keep your refrigerator honest. So they will make sure that your refrigerator is actually saying the temp that it says it is. So I got 3 of them. That was kind of one of the things I went in for. I saw they had black sesame seeds, and they had a big container of it for a pretty good price. So I got black sesame seeds. And then when I went to the cooking class for the empanadas, the Argentine empanadas at Empanada Mama, she mentioned, Kendall, the owner and teacher, that they use this Knorr beef base is their like secret, the international secret ingredient. So I saw it there and I got that. So that was my Friday purchases at the thrift store, or I'm sorry, at the restaurant store. I did some thrifting after that, and that's where a lot of this other stuff comes in. So again, just some incidental things. They had a couple boxes of, partially used Brita filters. Always need them, so I got them. Canning is in the air, I guess. So I guess I'm gonna have to really try and do some new canning. But I found a lot of the lids, and something that I am in desperate need of is some of the rings. The rings get rusty over time, and you should replace them when they get rusty. But you can use them up until that point. So I want to make sure I have enough rings this year. I got another box somewhere else, but they had them, so I got them. Just some incidental things. I got, this is not Volrath, but it's another really good company called Bloomfield. And interestingly enough, these bowls are made by a company called Bicor, and they're made in the USA, and they're stainless steel mixing bowls, and they have this nice little handle here, a little hole that you can hang them on like a kitchen pegboard. And I got 2 of them. Those I got at the Salvation Army. They were not on sale, which kind of drove me crazy, and they were $3.99 each, but they're really good quality, and I can always use bowls, so I got them. This I got at, I think Goodwill. I got this at the Goodwill. Okay. Then I got this, which is a Pilco, which is a French company. There's 2 big French white ceramic manufacturers. There's a Pilco and there's Pouvier. They're both actually related. A Pilco stands for a Pouvier company. It's an abbreviation for a Pouvier company. So they're interconnected companies. And you'll see like imported, like Chinese imported ones. You'll see other countries that make them. But the reason why I like the Apilco is it's just a really fine china, but it's very durable. So it's light, it's fine, it's beautiful, and it's durable. The other ones, the Chinese imported ones, the ceramic is a lot heavier, and it's not as chip resistant as these are. So that I got at a Goodwill. I got these salt and pepper shakers. They are one of my collections, which is Longenberger pottery, which was made by Hall China and McCoy, I think it was. Those were the 2 companies, both of which were Ohio companies, as was Longenberger. So it was kept in the family. My beloved Pfaltzgraft in Pennsylvania and York tried to get in on it, but they never got the contract to make that. But they're real nice, very collectible. I got a cute little bud vase. This is Crystal Dark, and this pattern is called Longchamp. And I collect this. I have a whole collection of the crystal glassware for the table of fine china. It was very popular in the 90s and 80s and even 70s, but it really took off in the 80s and 90s. In fact, I'll go on to that next. If you've ever watched the show Gilmore Girls, it's featured in Gilmore Girls. And they still make it today. It's very good, fine china or fine crystal, but it's very durable and very beautiful. So, speaking of Gilmore Girls, I've been on a Gilmore Girls kick. I'm watching the series. I'm on season 4. My students are telling me I'm in for a lot of heartbreak going into the season. My world's about to get turned upside down, but fortunately I have a little break because my DVD collection, I didn't have season 4, so I'm waiting for that to come. I've been trying to find it at the thrift stores, but to no avail. But they had the cookbook, the Gilmore Girls cookbook, and if you ever watched that show, it's very, very focused on food. Food is very important to these gals. And her best friend is a chef, so they eat at a diner every day. So this is a really cool book. And I can't wait to make some recipes from there. Another cookbook I got was this crock pot cookbook. These 3-in-1 cookbooks. They're not the best, but there's some good recipes in there. I was, on the fence about it, but I found a couple recipes that I would like in there. And there's 3 different cookbooks. There's chicken, 5 ingredients or less. That's got a lot of supermarket shortcuts. And then soups and, I forget what the other one is. Soups and stews. So it's a good cookbook. It's, and I don't know why. I bought a couple more crock pots, so I've been really in a crock pot mood. So that's always looking for new things to do in the crock pot. Just some little things. Anytime I see these Gessner products, they were made in a town right next to me, Ambler. And anytime I find them, I just pick them up. They're all over the place. People steal them from restaurants and they end up in thrift stores. But so I got a couple of them. They were 50 cents each, so couldn't pass them up. A little egg ring here. So to make little perfectly round eggs. Saw that and grabbed that. This great little set of scoops. So they're all kind of the smaller size scoops. And I like scoops. I have them in all of my canisters because I just like to use that. So this will be good for spice blends, things like this. If I put smaller things in these little OXO containers, which I got a couple of them. Love these. They're great to organize your pantry. I like these ones that have the chunkier lid. I did get a set here of these ones, but you can see the seal is not, it's more, I don't know how to even describe it. It's more just aesthetic. It's not the same like this. You can pick it up. This, it comes right off. Okay, so I'm gonna contact OXO and see if they fix this because the seal is much better on these. So maybe they'll send me some gaskets for that, but we'll see. So I got a tall one. I got a tall, wide one. This is really the ones I want because you could put grains and flours in there. Another one of the little chunky ones here, and then one of these wide ones but a little shorter. Okay. For my new fridge, some organizational things. I'm keeping them kind of put together because this one, when I washed it, it kind of shrunk, so I'm trying to see if keeping them in there will reform the plastic. so that it goes. This one's gonna go in the freezer to organize like little things, and then the egg one will go on the top. Got this very cool from a company called Carlton Ware, and it's a very cool spatula. Really like that. That was in the case, but it was half off at the Goodwill. Couldn't pass this up. It's a universal lid, so it's got all these different ridges so that it could fit any size. Probably this is like up to a 10-inch pan. So got that. Got this, I think this is stainless steel. I haven't looked at the bottom. Yeah, this is stainless steel. Usually they're aluminum, but it has this plastic holder for the platter, so you can put this under the broiler, get it screaming hot, and then put it in here, and that'll keep it protected. This is a Spanish company. It's called MMM Spain, like 3 M's. They make aluminum ware. I have 4 of the chafing dishes, which are really cool and very modern. So I got this. I couldn't pass it up. It was just a nice, good condition, pebbled serving tray. Could use that to put like bread if I have something. So I got that. And then this I really love. This is from Gentry, which is made in England. And this, I've never seen a platter like this. So this ridge here, this is for meat. This is dedicated for meat so that the juices will pool in these channels, and then they go into this bottom part here so that it keeps your meat from being too drenched in there. Unfortunately, people cut on there. You really should not cut on stainless steel. You should have it cut, and then people can serve from there. But I love this, and I couldn't pass it up because it has these 2 side containers that are really big. So you can put 2 side dishes and your entree meat, and you could serve the whole meal in this pan, like a nice roast, pot roast cut into slices with the sauce over it, then like a green vegetable here and a potato here, and you got the whole meal, and it's just really just a beautiful way to serve. So couldn't pass that. You know, these are my soft spots, the metalware. And then I got some appliances. This is very sentimental. This was one of my first, one of my first things I had in my apartment. And this is actually the smaller version. I think this is like a 10-inch skillet. But Sunbeam invented the electric skillet. I didn't know that. I just read that or saw that in a documentary about it. This is one of their inventions, was the electric skillet. And Sunbeam really was ahead of their time because they put the dial into the handle, but they put it over here. So that makes everything else here immersible and cleaning up to this handle, which is great. And then the handle has, unlike the other ones that have a thermostatic plug, this just goes with a regular 2-prong common electrical plug. And then you just dial in your temperature using this knob in the handle. So I loved that this was a smaller size. It was so cheap. It was half off. It was $5.99 and it was half off. And it came with a plug. But the plug, I know what the plug looks like for that. It says Sunbeam on it. They had their own branded plugs. So I took the plug and I put it with this percolator because this is the correct plug for this percolator. It'll work, but the one for this has a much longer cord. This you want to keep short because it's, you know, on the counter and it's a hot coffee pot. I probably have this exact model, but it just was in such good condition. The bubbler was in good condition. It's got all the interior, so I just had to get that. Okay, so that was my thrift store haul. We'll come back and we'll look at the outlet haul. I'll give you a little intro video so you could see the warehouse. Unfortunately, this darn camera does not have any space, so I was not able to film inside, even though they gave me permission. I asked them for permission. They were more than happy to accommodate me. I could have given you a grand tour of this amazing place, but unfortunately, these cameras and Apple is really just getting on my nerves. So hopefully the Easter Bunny brings me an actual camera so that I could do these videos a little bit more professionally and not have to worry about this whole memory thing. So we'll get a little glimpse of the warehouse, and then you're gonna see my haul from there. All right. Hi, Kitchen Kings and Queens.
Turn into the 3rd Street on the right.
Okay, we are entering the Promised Land. Okay, we are going
You will reach
to
your destination in 500
one of my
feet.
favorite places, the Sambonet outlet store. But we are not going into the store today. We are actually going to go into the warehouse so that we can go to the warehouse sale. I've been waiting all week for this, and I am super excited to share it with you. Okay, I hope that teaser gave you a little taste of what Sambonet and Rosenthal has to offer at their outlet store, and even better at their warehouse sale. The warehouse sales are periodic throughout the year, so next year, next time they have a sale, I'll do a more in-depth video. They did give me permission to do videoing there, so unfortunately I just ran out of room on my phone. So let's take a look at some of the things that I got. So let's start with the one-off pieces. So I got this lovely picture, and you'll see most of the china is from the German company Rosenthal, which is like the most high-end manufacturer of fine china. They own, the company is Sambonet, Paderno. Sambonet makes this stuff, which is the like serveware, things for hotels and restaurants. Paderno makes the cookware, which I got another piece for my collection there. I can't ever go there without getting at least one piece of the cookware. And then they own these other brands like Rosenthal, which is the main one, and this, which is Renaud, which is a French company in Limoges. So this is another one of those one-off pieces. This is a gravy boat and a underplate for that. The other Renaud is this piece, which was a one-off. It has these little teardrop shapes. I thought this would be really good to serve fish, like individual fillets of, or not fillets, but pieces of fish that you can kind of use those divots and the in-betweens to kind of space it out and catch the sauce. So I thought that would be a really nice presentation of, you know, pieces of like Chilean sea bass. I'm thinking that's usually, I get pieces like that. So that's another one from that brand. And then, of course, this is another Rosenthal piece. And this is also a gravy. Maybe this one would be more like a sauce dish. The underplate and the gravy boat are bonded together. So it's one piece, and then you would have a ladle that you would use for this. And then, of course, this lovely pitcher. And they're all different lines. This is from the studio line. And then I got some pieces. So I got these lovely little ramekins. This is from Rosenthal. This is from their variation line. There's these great little sugar bowls. They're very cute. They look like little mushrooms, and they're individual sugar bowls. And they are from the studio line as well. And they, I think they like connect to, like it feels like they would sit on each other. Then from the Nido line is these beautiful bowls, like the great soup bowl. When I do my Lunar New Year party, this would be a very elegant presentation for some soup. I wish I got 2 sets of these, but I was just going crazy when I was there. So all the Rosenthal is made in Germany. This is another Rosenthal, so it's these beautiful cups and they stack. I forget what line that is from, but this is the Nido line, which partners with this. So you can actually, this kind of just fits on this, so you could have this as an underplate for these, but they really go well with these. And this would be a great breakfast presentation. You give a nice little pastry for a nice light breakfast, and a cup of tea and a pastry, or for like a luncheon. So that was my thought there. Then I got more from this variation line. There's a set of 6 of these coffee cups. I thought I got an underplate for them, or a saucer, but I guess I didn't. Then we have this, and this is how you know that these companies are interconnected. So this is a German company called Huschenreuther. And I have some other pieces of there, but these are these beautiful little egg cups, and I got 6 of them. And then these are Thomas, which is the more modern, contemporary line of Rosenthal, and they just match up perfectly. So I got 6 of them, and they have this really great triangular shape, and the egg cups are very contemporary. So that's, I like that contrast. So that was very nice. Then I'll go to the Pader now. This is from their Grand Gourmet line, which is their top of the line. It has a very nice thick base of aluminum here. It's all very heavily welded. This is extremely high quality back of house restaurant cookware. This is like the creme de la creme of professional cookware. In the front, there's a large flat plate. And these plates, they go really well with these, which are the pedestals. Okay, and I have a couple of these. I got another one that was a great deal. And they sit really nicely on there. So I got 6 of those, 2 sets of 3, so that I could use these. And these are great for a buffet. They give you different heights. You can have different pastries on here. These can also be used as a cake plate because they're flat. So these are really great all-purpose plates. They're probably meant for like a charger or an under plate for service, but they work really well for this. So I got them. And then there is these very cool bowls. This is from the Studio line again. But this is like a special within the Studio line. And it's got these tiers. So this would be great for like a little tasting. That's what I got those for. I kind of thought they actually were saucers that went with this. And I guess you can use them for that, but it's just a little precarious. I wouldn't do that, but they're very cool. Again, just like these bowls, I wish I got another set of those. So while I'm up, let's go over here and look at the rest of the Sambonet pieces I got. So I got this lovely, this was on clearance. It's a very heavy service plate. So you could either use this for service of like a tea set, or you can use it to, again, mix with your tiers here. You can use it on the buffet with things. So again, giving you different levels. There's a rectangular plate like that too. Very lovely, very heavy duty, beautiful stuff. And then the other piece is this, and it's again very heavy. This is hotel wear. This is meant for fine hotels around the world. You can go on their website and it will tell you what hotels use their products. And this is a fruit bowl. So again, on a buffet, you would have a variety of fruits in there. So it just gives a really nice layers to the buffet. Then they own some other brands. So one of the other brands they own is a Italian kitchenwares and specifically like a lot of pasta wares called Calder. And this what I just thought was so cute. It's like for a little mini ravioli, but it's like a one bite ravioli. So I got that. I've never seen that before. I got this little wine taster. So you put, this is for like a sommelier who chooses the wine. So they would take this and use this to taste the wine. I've been looking for this for a very long time. These are great. This is again from Calder, but these are adjustable. So you can move, this is to make pasta, and you can make different size shapes. Long pasta, or you could cut it into squares. You could cut it on a diagonal to make diamond shapes. So this can give you a lot of different shapes of pasta, but because it's adjustable, you have an infinite amount of possibilities with your pasta cutter. So I've been looking for one of these. This was not a cheap item. It was, for discount, it was $22.75, but it didn't matter. It was something I've been looking for. I got, from the last time I went, they had a couple of my knife set. This is called Filet Trios. That's the pattern. That's from Sambonet. So that's their other big thing, is that they do flatware. And they do, again, the finest of hotel flatware. This was just something that I got at another thrift store that I didn't mention in that thrift store is this gingerbread cookie cutter, and it's a big one, which is, they're hard to find really big ones. And then one last piece, so let me go grab that. This was my biggest purchase, my most expensive purchase. And this is a beverage dispenser for a buffet. And it's 6 liters, which is a gallon and a half. It's all stainless steel and made in Germany. Just a very beautiful dispenser for beverages. There's also a cooler in it, so it keeps it cold as well on your buffet. That's like in here, that will keep the liquid cold while it's on the buffet. Okay, so that was my big purchase. That was about $150. Then there was, again, another tray here that was on clearance, and this is a really beautiful, it's a huge tray, okay, very, very large tray. It has this kind of swirl pattern on there that goes around, and it's just a very nice piece. So that was on clearance, so I got that. And yeah, that's everything that I got at my sale. This sale, they did not have the discount. The last time I went to this sale, the last day of the sale, everything was an additional 40% off, which was amazing. I was kind of hoping for that to happen. That was not the case, but it was still a great deal. I mean, this stuff, none of this stuff was more than $2 or $3 a piece. These bigger items were. This was $25. But all these little pieces, they were between $2 and $3 each. I mean, you can't go to Walmart and get a bowl for $2 or $3. Let's see what this one was. This was $2. You can't get a bowl at Walmart for $2. And this was just a really, it's just beautiful. It's very unique and very beautiful. So I had a great time. I went to the thrift stores. I went to this amazing sale. I went to Uncle Giuseppe's up in Morris Plains, New Jersey. Got some stuff for Easter for my mom and dad, and also for myself. And I'm gonna make some things this week since I have off for the week. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my stuff. I hope you check out that sale if you're in the area, or come in for it. It's really worth it when they have it, especially if you're looking for stuff like this. It may not all be the same line. It's going to be very hard for you to find all the same pieces, but you could see these interchange and work together. So even though they're different lines, they all play well together because they're all beautiful white porcelain, and they just have, you know, minor differences in their shapes. Okay, so bye for now.